What's up, guys? Brendan Hancock here with another episode of Groove Subaru today. And once again, behind me, I have beautiful red rocks in the background, and we're right here at Mount Falcon State Park here in Morrison, Colorado. So with me today, I brought along two vehicles, two of our most popular cars, in fact. I have here on my left the 2017 XT Touring Forester, and on my right I have the 2017 3.6R Touring Outback. Now, the reason that we brought these cars here for us to look at today is because these are our two most common cars and the two cars that Subaru has that are most commonly compared to one another. Now, if you guys follow our channel a lot, you'll notice that we had two videos in the past where we drove the 2.5i Forester as well as the 2.5i Outback up the highway and sort of at elevation gains to kind of see how the vehicle's handled with higher elevation. Now, since these are the two cars that have two different engine options. You know, you have the 2.5i Forester and the 2.0 Turbo Forester, and with the Outback you have the 2.5i Outback, and then you also have the 3.6R. We wanted to compare what the more powerful engines were like driving up high elevation. So currently we are right around 6,000 feet, and we should be able to see gains up to around 9,000 feet today. So first of all, why don't we test out the 2017 XT Touring Forester and see how it handles. We're driving the 2017 XT Touring Forester, right? And we're trying to see how this compares to the regular 2.5i. Now, if you recall our last video, I described driving the 2.5i Forester as adequate. You know, it has 175 horsepower. It's very responsive with the CVT transmission. And I think that for those who are looking for a car that will get them up to the mountains, want decent fuel economy, and still want all of the size and everything that the Forester provides, the 2.5i engine will be plenty adequate. You know, we drove with a couple people in the car, and I was having no issue whatsoever going up to higher elevation. There were several instances when, you know, yes, it would sort of downshift, so to speak, and, you know, go up to roughly 4,000 or 3,000 RPM, but then it would go back to a comfortable cruising zone closer to the 2,000 RPM range, which I'm in actually currently. So right now I'm going about 60 miles an hour, I'm going 59 miles an hour, and I'm just below 2,000 RPM here. So the car I do not feel is working very hard. Now, there's a pretty big difference in power as well here. So if you look at the 2.5i, that's 175 horsepower, I believe. So this is 250, almost 100 horsepower difference between the two. So there's a pretty big difference there. Now, right now I am in intelligent mode. So I'm in the most fuel economic version, you know, of SI drive with this car. And even with this, I find it to be plenty adequate. We're slowly gaining elevation. From start to finish here, we'll probably gain roughly 3,000 feet. But I don't feel that the car is working really at all. Now here, I can tell right here, same kind of thing, does that sort of downshift, but it doesn't go up quite as high in RPMs anyways, only to a little below 3,000 RPM. And right now I'm going about 67 miles an hour, so plenty of speed, not really struggling at all here. Now, if I were to change this over into sport mode, I can do that while I'm driving, it's not a big deal. So if I tap sport mode, I saw the needle go up a smidge, but nothing, maybe a few hundred RPM there, nothing drastically different. But I feel that there's, in intelligent mode, which I went back into here, I feel that there's a lot more power to be had that I'm not even using. So I'm not only am I comfortable, I find that I have a lot more power at my fingertips. So watch, if I go into sport mode here, I could hit the gas a little bit more here, and I don't feel, for example, that the car is overworking at all. I really don't. Now, I'm gonna go back into intelligent mode here. If you recall when I described, you know, the 2.5's engine, I said it's plenty adequate for those who want to go up to the mountains and everything, and I still agree with that. However, if you're looking to, or you're the kind of driver who enjoys the driving experience, or you want to be able to pass people, things of that nature, the 2.5i, you know, the 175 horsepower did not provide that. This does provide this. I do feel that I have, you know, passing capabilities here if I need it. And I'm still, you know, I went back into intelligent mode. I don't even need sport mode or anything like that, but I have it there if I want it, which is kind of nice. So now, something else to consider too. I find that the benefit of the paddle shifters, for one, is amazing too. I have the ability to quickly downshift, you know, if I'm going down the hill and sort of save my brakes. But having the Outback's going to have that too. Now, when we're comparing between the Outback and the Forester, though, in terms of the bigger engines, we saw these cars are priced within $1,000 of each other. The XT Touring Forester that we're looking at and the 3.6 Touring that we're looking at. So they're priced very similar. However, if you're someone that plans on towing literally anything, even the XT Forester only has a 1,500 pound towing capacity. So that's not a lot. So really, with the Outback's 3,000 pound or so towing capacity, that is much more suited for really pulling anything behind you. Now, the other difference here that we have is the Forester is a turbocharged versus a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder like the Outback is. So it's very commonly known that turbocharged engines do better at high elevations because they're using forced induction. So perhaps that's the reason that I feel no difference here driving at this elevation than I do at regular ground level. I don't feel power losses. I don't feel the car struggling by any means. What have we taken away from this? So the Forester, in my opinion, is going to be more fun to drive, I think, with the SI drive and the ability to do that. I think it's going to perform a little bit better. Now, I haven't driven the Outback yet, but I believe it will perform a smidge better despite having very similar power, the 256 of the Outback and 250 of the Forester. I think because this is turbocharged, it will perform a little bit better. Now, if you need to tow something, the Outback is 100% going to be the car for you. This tows almost nothing. 1,500 pounds is not a lot. Some tiny little trailer maybe, but that's really all you'd be doing. Otherwise, you're talking just towing, putting a bike rack or something on the back. So now, do you need the turbocharger? Do you need the 6-cylinder engine? I think both the Outback and the Forester have plenty enough power to get you comfortably to the top of the mountains. Absolutely. If you like to pass people, however, and you like to enjoy the driving experience, things of that nature, I do not think that you will enjoy that. I think that the turbo will be a better suit for you. So hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. We're driving up I-70 West up to the mountains. So if you guys are from Colorado, this is where we head up to all the mountains, the skiing places and stuff like that. So it's good to kind of see how it works on this road. So if you guys have any further questions or anything, please do not hesitate to give us a call. We'd love to help you guys out. And thanks again for watching. This is Groove Subaru Today. Take care.